Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of But It's Free. I'm your host Chris Kenner and today we're taking another look at Trove with the Fae Trickster. I've got my little fairy guy here. We're going to be looking at the Fae Forest dungeons. So the first one we're looking at is this sort of test tube looking one. It's got these platforms that you've got to make your way around the side, but you can see it's got like a sort of big beaker with markings up the side. This is one of those dungeons you can just sort of fly to the top of. But we're going to look at the Fae Trickster. This is a weird class. I've mentioned this one before, but it thrives on not getting hit. Because when it hasn't been hit for 2 seconds, it massively increases its damage. Ooh, which is a problem if something's actually shooting at you. Let's try and take some of these out. Because this... oh, that was the boss, so this is just a hardcore enemy. But yeah, when I haven't been hit, this will pretty much one-shot everything that's in this area. But when I have, my damage goes down quite a bit. But to help that, I've got this cool blink move where I'll leave behind like a clone of myself. And that'll sort of draw some fire, although not for very long. There's a castle over there that I'm going to fly to. Is it that castle I want to go to? Yes, that castle. But then I've also got like a bomb that I can throw that stuns enemies that will also help me avoid getting hit by the melee guys. And I have the ability to drop these like staves. Oh wow, this is a big dungeon, this one. I think I've got to get right to the top. But yeah, I can place these staves down which will then independently shoot enemies around me, which is quite cool. Where am I? I'm going here. Ah! I can sort of fight in the air if I need to. It's not ideal. So, where... here we are. I've got my little penguin pet who... oh, I've gone to the wrong place. I'm at the foot of it now, yeah. That's the way down. Oh, I'm supposed to go down here. Oops. Yeah, you can see I've got my little penguin, because he's good. He helps increase my actual damage, because he improves magic damage. And he also has that thing where for every enemy I... whoa! For every enemy I kill, I get healed. That's always useful. Ah. Coming out of the walls. I think I've got the Pirate Captain equipped as a subclass as well, so you may occasionally see cannonballs drop on enemies. Ah, that's a ranged enemy. Ranged enemies are a problem. There, you see that circle that just sort of appeared around me? That is my damage increase showing up. There, it goes away and watch it come back. There. So you've got a very good visual thing to tell you when it's activated, so it won't just disappear and then you'll be wondering why your damage is so low. You'll know you've been hit. Because it's not otherwise obvious. You don't wear your health bar above yourself or anything. What's that? Oh, that's one of those spinny plant creatures. You'll see most of the enemies around here are these fairies. But that is a nasty little guy. That has this attack where he spins around. There's various types of fairies. They've got like there's some with fox faces. And then there's like a light and a dark standard fairy. I think the dark fairies shoot. Then you've also got some weird sort of fly things. The fox fairies are the most common because they're the melee ones. Try to keep an eye out for the different types now. I normally just sort of scythe through them. I've got to have good aim. This is kind of like having a sniper. This is as close to as this game gets to a sniper. Oh, there's raccoon ones as well. They're also melee. Although I don't know what the difference is between them and the fox ones. Maybe they've got more health or something? I don't know, it's difficult to tell when you one-shot everything. Oop, he hit me. I mean, 2 shots still kills everything. My damage output is still pretty high. And you can see my range is quite long as well, so if I play cleverly, then I should do fine. I should be able to aim well. That's a dark fairy. You can see he's got a ranged attack that you can get me with. I mean, it's reasonably easy to dodge something for 2 seconds. Oop. Let's get you. Emperor of Wildwood. Throw a stun bomb. There we go. You can see they're attacking my little clone. And that gave me the time to get my damage boost. I don't shoot particularly fast, but I get by. Oh, I've got something. Oh, my dragon coins. That's good. I will change my tome out for something else. Because there's some that, including the dragon coin one, which only last for the week, and you can do them once a week. Sorry, and they give you like huge amounts of something, and then you've got the other ones which only give you tiny amounts of something, but you can complete them ad infinitum. Anyway, let's go find another dungeon. We found this sort of moon dungeon. These ones are cool, and this is quite unique to the Fairy Isles. There's all these flowers around them, and if you've got a mount, you can just run over them, and it'll give you lots of glim, the occasional bomb. It's really useful. I always make it a point of running around these at least once. I don't usually bother to pick up the straggling bits that I miss, but I think it's just this little teleporting circle. And you can see there's more flowers inside, but this is an example of me having to fight in what's a reasonably enclosed space with the Fae Trickster, which I don't do so well at because it's much easier for enemies to just walk around corners and get me. I think I've got that in 2 shots. It's a very, very powerful class if you can avoid getting hit. It pairs very, very well with a class called the Revenant, which is the only proper example of a tank in this game. I've displayed my knight before. There's another dungeon quite close by. Let's get... Oh, it's this sort of stump of wood. We have to go in the top. I've displayed my knight before, which you would think would be a tank. And originally it was designed to be, but that was when the game was a bit simpler. But it doesn't actually have any moves which will specifically cause the enemy to target you. With the Revenant actually does, and it's the only one that I know of which does. And you can use the Revenant as a subclass to cause things to attack you. I take advantage of that there. They shoot out of their right-hand side, so if they go behind a wall like that, you can see them, but where their shots are coming from can't see you. Let's get rid of that. Oh, have I leveled up? I have. Haha. The Fae Forest isn't particularly high level, so I'm only level 12 now. But still, that's good. What was I saying? I've lost my train of thought. I am not good at keeping that. What's this next dungeon? I think this is the one that looks like is it a waterfall or a book? It's the weird book. Is this a book? Or is it something else? This is part of it. What is it actually? It's like a little thing with a door in it. I don't quite know. I don't understand. It has things for me to murderize in it. Ow, and spikes. Let's run around here. What do you got for me? This is a really tight place. Those fireball traps get me a lot as well. There's enemies. Is there? No, I'm going crazy. Get them. They hide around corners. This is the thing, when I go up these stairs, I'll, aggro them pretty much immediately. There we go. I'm not good at using that blink move, really. I need to get better at it. This one's quite cool. There's like an actual little throne there that the boss always spawns on. And then around the back, there's just huge amounts of treasure. Looks really cool. And you got like, these are the ores that you can mine. You get like miniature versions. I think I've mentioned this in other videos, but you can craft all of those decorations. That you just have to do the recipe dungeons in the relevant biome to unlock them. This shouldn't be too far away. What's this? Oh, this is a cool one. It's this little sort of stairway. And it's got this little thing at the top. And I think the actual dungeon on the other side is not the one I thought it was. Oh god. Okay. It's a trap and a half. This one's not quite so bad. And enemy. More enemies. That one got me. Oh, but the cannonball saved me. It's a little bit of extra damage periodically. And what's down here? Just a regular dungeon. Let's blink away from that. And gotcha. Oh. Yeah, the clone does not last long. And there we go. Right, let's go on and find the next. Okay, I've arrived at this sort of fairy crypt one. There's a couple around here that I'm not quite sure what they're supposed to be. I got shot again. Getting a lot of loot though. Ah, die. That bomb you can throw is really quite powerful as well. The way down is here. This actually puts me very much in mind of one of the Cursed Vale crypts. I wonder if it's just like supposed to be a Fae version of that. It seems very much inspired by it. Let's just take him out. I always forget when they're the ones with the ranged attacks. The melee ones I can take out before they get to me, but not the ranged ones. It is possible to dodge enemy ranged attacks, but they'll just track you initially. So if you change direction between the attack launching and it hitting you, it'll usually miss just as long as you're not right up close. Is that dungeon? That castle dungeon must be really nearby. It's worth noting as well, in this biome there's those logs which you can actually run over to get a special resource called Enchanted Wood. Most biomes have something like that. I think the Frontier has... oh, it's like this big Fae statue. That's cool. Yeah, the Frontier has bottles and various other things. Let's take out this mushroom guy. Dodge past him. Blow him up. Take out the other guys. Suddenly realise that I'm not actually over there. Okay, this is like a weird tree that you get up. I'm not sure where to... Do I have to get up on top of here? I remember that I have to get over to that staff, so I'll just fly over. This is why I keep a lot of jump stat just on a ring, because it gives you so much more mobility. And if you just get a decently powered ring with the jump stat as its secondary stat on it, then you can get damn near anywhere in the game without too much trouble. Sneak. Be careful going around corners in this. This is the class to make you paranoid. Oh, I remember this. These things fall from the ceiling. There we go. But they actually damaged the floor. You go around this one. You got like these lanterns above the. Whoop. Yeah, and the enemies around the corners get me every time. They're just that little bit too close. There's cursed skulls in that room. Nothing really in that room. Ah! I thought I heard something. See, I managed to avoid getting hit by him, so I can get lucky. This isn't going to go quite so easily though. Let's use the bombs to take these out. This is the thing, like, I've found that certain classes do better at certain things, so, like, I think I said with the Pirate Captain, I can deal with the Cursed Skulls so easily because of my particular setup. Don't know why I'm coming here, really. I know there's no boss in here because I've taken out the 2 bosses in this level. I think you have to work your way down. There's the thing with these big dungeons, there's always one room where the final boss will be, but multiple rooms where the other 2 bosses could be. Ah. Didn't think there'd be anyone. My mistake. It's yeah, that's cool. I can actually use this to sort of harvest the plants. Well, it does make my energy go down a ways. Let's take that guy out because that's a melee boss. Although not the boss. Let's get rid of the little guys. And then it's the Emperor of Wildwood, so he's got a ranged attack as well. I think almost all of the fairy bosses have a ranged attack. Nah, that one got me. Take them out like that. There. I mean, nothing's too hard. With the tools I've got, I can escape from any sort of properly dangerous situation. I never worry too much. Right, let's, ooh, I'm high up on this one. Let's go find another dungeon. We found this sort of weird fairy castle. There's not really anything on top. On top is eventually the way out. But if you go down amongst these pillars, in the big ones there's actually little rooms, and the bosses can be in those. And then you go into the middle of the other one. Ooh, one of those. I have gotten myself a little trapped. See, one ranged enemy can ruin your damage in this. It's kind of a high risk class to play, but I do enjoy it. I enjoy the stupid amount of damage. Normally I would not be this powerful at this level. The guy tried to sneak past me. Well, there's the other boss. I can see him through there. Or maybe not. What about that one up the top? Ooh. This room is full of hordes. Let's take that out. Yeah, that's one of them. Oh, he's got a fireball. Let's just use bombs to take these out. There's so many of them. Oh, my inventory is full. Let's remove some... remove some junk. Trash that. Trash that. I know I'm getting fireballed. Oh, and there's an enemy as well. Hooray! Let's loot. There's so many. This room gets so many enemies in. They're only up here that I can see. Yeah, there's some up there. Get through the portal. Is there a safe spot? Yeah, here's a safe space. Because I'm going to need to get rid of some more stuff. It's only really worth doing if you want to maximise the amount of flux you get. Just get rid of that. I'll have to swing by my little home base at some point. Shoot him. I should jump actually to try and dodge his attack. Oh, lesson learned. Looty loot loot. Ah, I got fireballed. Okay, so I've done a decent selection of dungeons now. I think I've shown off the class and the sort of enemies you can encounter. There's like little spiders that you've seen. But thank you guys for watching. If you'd like to just click that subscribe button and get notifications. We do release videos every Wednesday and every Saturday if we can help it. I think this one might come out a bit late. But thank you for watching. Please do hit that like button. Let us know what you think of the video and we will hopefully see you next time.